Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Fluento, everyday English for real life. I'm Anna.
And I'm David. Hi, everyone. It's so great to be here with you again. How are you today, Anna?
I'm feeling really good, David. Excited to talk about something that's close to everyone's heart. How about you?
Same here. I'm looking forward to this conversation. And for our listeners, if you're new here, welcome. This is the place to practice English naturally, learn new phrases, and even get a peek into everyday life and culture.
That's right. And for those who've been with us for a while, thank you for returning. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet, and share the podcast with anyone learning English. It really helps us keep creating content for you.
Absolutely. Okay, today's topic is fun, personal, and something we all talk about every day. Things we like to do.
Ah, yes. This is a question that comes up all the time in English conversations. What do you like to do? It's simple, but it's also a fantastic way to get to know someone.
Definitely. So, Anna, let me start with you. What do you like to do?
Well, I like a lot of things, but one of my favorite activities is reading. I love starting my day with a good book. How about you?
Oh, that's lovely. I enjoy reading too, though I tend to read in the evenings to relax. It's interesting, isn't it? In English, when you want to say you enjoy something, you can say I like to followed by an action, like I like to read.
Exactly. Or you can also say, I like reading. Both are correct. I like to read, or I like reading. It's a small difference, but they're both very natural.
That's a great point. And when you want to express something you really, really enjoy, you can use the word enjoy. For example, I enjoy reading in the morning. Notice we use the ing form with enjoy.
Yes, and enjoy sounds a little stronger than like. It's like you're telling someone, this is something I really appreciate.
Exactly. And for something you really, really love, stronger than like or enjoy, you can use love. For instance, I love reading novels, or I love spending time in nature.
That's right. And that brings me to another thing I enjoy, walking in the park. There's something about fresh air, trees, and flowers that just makes me feel calm.
I can relate. Walking is simple, but it's such a meaningful activity. You can say, I enjoy walking in the park, or simply, I like to walk.
Yes, and a lot of people enjoy it for different reasons. Some for exercise, some for thinking, some just for the scenery.
Speaking of exercise, what about sports? Do you play any sports, Anna?
Not very often, but I do enjoy watching tennis or football on TV. It's exciting to see how professionals play, and it can also be a cultural experience. You know, watching different countries' teams play.
Ah, yes. Sports are such a universal language. I like playing football myself. It's fun to play with friends and challenge yourself a bit. And here's a tip for our listeners. You can say, I like to play football, or I enjoy playing football. Both work, depending on how much you love it.
And if you don't enjoy a certain activity, it's easy to say the negative. For example, I don't like playing tennis, or I don't like cold weather. Simple, but very practical.
Exactly. And it's important to practice both positive and negative sentences. It makes your English sound more complete and natural.
Now, let's talk about something many people love, music. David, do you like music?
I absolutely do. I love listening to jazz in the evenings. It helps me relax. And you, Anna?
I love music too. I enjoy listening to pop music, and sometimes I sing along in the shower. Music is a fantastic way to express yourself.
Definitely. And when you talk about music in English, you can say, I love music, I enjoy listening to music, or even get specific, like, I love listening to jazz, or I enjoy listening to classical music.
Right. And these phrases work for almost anything you like: movies, food, hobbies. For example, I love chocolate, or I enjoy cooking.
Speaking of cooking, I enjoy it a lot. I like experimenting with pasta dishes and making a simple tomato sauce. There's something very satisfying about creating something delicious from scratch.
That's true. Food is a great example because it's universal, but the words you use can express how much you like something. You can say, I like pasta, or I enjoy cooking, or I love Italian food.
Exactly. And talking about food also opens the door to cultural insights. For example, in Italy, people eat pasta at almost every meal. But in Japan, meals are often based on rice and fish. When you talk about what you like, you can also share a little about your culture.
Yes, that reminds me. Travel is another topic where you can combine likes, enjoys, and loves with cultural stories. I would love to visit Italy one day, especially for the food. Pasta, pizza. And you, David?
I'd love to visit Japan. I've always been fascinated by Japanese culture, the cities, the temples, and the food, of course. You see, when you talk about what you like or would love to do, it's also a chance to share stories and experiences that connect with other people.
Absolutely. And for English learners, it's a fantastic way to practice expressing future desires. You can say, I would love to travel to Italy, or I would love to learn Spanish. It's polite, aspirational, and natural.
Yes, and speaking of learning, this is a great way to expand vocabulary too. For instance, when talking about your hobbies or dreams, you naturally use verbs, adjectives, and expressions that are useful in many conversations.
Exactly. And it's also about rhythm and flow. Listen to how native speakers talk. They add small phrases, comments, or cultural notes. For example, I like reading in the morning with my coffee. It's so relaxing. See how the small phrase makes it personal?
That's a good point. Let's give another example. If I say, I enjoy playing football with friends on Sundays, it's my way to relax and catch up with everyone. It's not just about football, it's about the social experience too.
And that's what makes English sound natural. You're not just listing activities, you're sharing experiences, feelings, and culture.
Absolutely. And to help our listeners, let's practice together. Anna, can you think of a few sentences using like, enjoy, and love?
Sure. I like visiting my parents on weekends. I enjoy cooking with fresh ingredients. I love spending time with my family.
Perfect. And I can add, I like reading before bed. I enjoy walking in the park when it's sunny. I love listening to jazz in the evening.
Beautiful. You can see the patterns. Like for general preferences, enjoy for things you really appreciate, and love for strong feelings. And don't forget negatives like I don't like rainy days or I don't enjoy doing laundry.
Yes, that one is universal. Nobody loves laundry.
Speaking of universal experiences, what about social time? I love spending time with my friends. How about you?
Me too. I enjoy meeting friends for coffee, talking, laughing, sharing little stories from our week. These are sentences you can use almost every day.
Absolutely, and you can get even more detailed. For example, on weekends, I like to watch movies at home or go to the cinema. I love comedies because they make me laugh.
Or, I enjoy action movies with my brother. We talk about the cars and the adventure scenes afterward. Adding little details makes the conversation richer and more engaging.
That's a very important tip. Language is not just grammar, it's how you share your world. And when you talk about likes and dislikes, you also get to tell a story, express your emotions, and connect with people.
Exactly. And let's not forget seasons. Talking about seasons is a subtle way to introduce feelings, preferences, and even cultural differences. For example, I love summer. I like the long sunny days, going to the beach and relaxing in the sun.
And I love autumn. I enjoy the colors of the trees, the red and yellow leaves. Some people enjoy rainy days too, staying indoors with a book and tea.
That's right, everyone has something they like. And by expressing it, you're learning English while connecting with your own experiences.
Exactly. And let's close with a little exercise. Think of a person, maybe a friend named Alex. What do they like? You can say, Alex likes waking up early. He loves drinking orange juice. He doesn't like coffee. In the evening, he enjoys cooking, but doesn't like washing dishes.
That's a great exercise. Our listeners can try the same with their family, friends, or even themselves. It's a fun way to practice using like, enjoy, love, and don't like.
Yes, and don't forget the magic of English expressions for the future. I would love to travel. I would love to learn a new language. I would love to play the guitar. It makes your conversation more aspirational and engaging.
That's a perfect note to end on. These phrases are not just grammar. They're a tool to share your personality, your dreams, and your life in English.
That's right. So, to all our listeners, think about what you like, enjoy, and love. Write it down, say it out loud, and share it with someone this week. The more you practice, the more fluent and confident you become.
Absolutely. And remember, English is not just words. It's connection, stories, culture, and joy.
That's right. Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope this conversation inspires you to talk about your own likes and loves in English.
Yes, keep practicing, keep sharing, and most importantly, keep enjoying English.
We'll see you next time on Fluento, Everyday English for Real Life.
Bye for now, everyone. Keep practicing and make your English a part of your everyday life.